What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Church, and I'm here with a video. Boom! Today's video, we're gonna be reacting to Jackson State gets exposed. Now, I think this has something to do with Jackson State not being able to give him the needs that he need to. I don't know. I don't know, y'all. Don't quote me. Don't you know? Don't beat me up. But I know it got something to do with that though, or they didn't have enough funds for him, or whatever the case was. He did a lot for the HBCU community, so he had to do what he had to do. But before we get right into it, anybody that's still watching it to this point, give this video a thumbs up. Doesn't cost no money. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Know what I'm saying? Helps me out. And I can help you out. Let's go. Let's dive right into it. And I'm curious
This
of
isn't
what they
just a
about to
bad look for
say.
Jackson State. This is a terrible look because number one, what Deion said about y'all, it's looking like
Oh, my fault, y'all.
it was true. And number two, maybe, just maybe, if you wouldn't have been so shady behind the
Can't blame
scenes,
him for
Deion
leaving,
Sanders
huh?
wouldn't have left in the first place.
Okay, let's see what they talking about. Because
Holy crap, ladies and gentlemen, you better get your popcorn ready for this one or your favorite meal you like to eat whenever you watch a YouTube video. Because come on now, who doesn't do that? Anyways, that's besides the point. We got to talk about Jackson State. They just got flat on exposed. As to when I'm speaking, as to when you're watching this video, this is breaking news. I think
oh
this is
shit.
huge. And let me just throw this out there. The stuff that is being leaked out about Jackson State, Deion Sanders said it was happening over 2 to 3 months ago, and nobody believed him. Or
Right.
maybe they did believe him, they just didn't care. And honestly, number one, not only is it a flat out shame, but number two, you can start to kind of understand, hey, maybe this was a reason he went to Colorado in the first place. Or not just went to
Exactly.
Colorado, maybe this was a main reason he was wanting to get out of Jackson State. I'm not saying he didn't love the city, he didn't love the
Man, can you get
HBCU
straight to
culture,
it,
he didn't
bro?
love the people, but there's definitely some stuff he did not like. And well, what do we know? That stuff he didn't like, it's now coming to light. There's not a nice way to say this. There's not a nice way to put this. This isn't just a
Nah,
bad
but
look for
y'all
Jackson
keep throwing
State.
dirt on
This
him
is
for
a
selling out
terrible
and
look.
abandoning
It
the
also makes Deion
HBCU.
Sanders look like a genius for leaving. All right. Let me calm down. We got to lock in. We got a lot to talk about in this video, as always. We're on the road to 250,000 subscribers
Boy, don't nobody care about your
before
subscribers,
Christmas. We got the
man.
best college football community
Get
hands
right
down in
into the video. And this thing keeps stopping, man. I don't know what's
the
going
entire
on.
world. So if you want to be a part of it, consider joining in.
I ain't gonna lie, he kind of talking too much. Bro, what the fuck? Am I
About to
tripping,
wrap it up now.
y'all?
Without further ado, let's get it. Oh man, we got some drama to talk about, but real quick, gonna talk about this for 30 seconds. I gotta bring it up. Check this out. I didn't think too much about it until I read this post. One of Mississippi State's players, he announced he entered the transfer portal. No big deal, right? I think it's something like 5,000 players are now in the transfer portal. So what's special or different about this guy? You know how all these players, whenever they make a post saying they're now in the portal and blah, blah, blah,
Bro,
blah,
at this
they
point, he
normally
just
write
trying to
something
get
nice about the
minutes,
school?
bro.
This guy didn't.
Like, you could
Mississippi
have been
State's
started
second leading
talking
rusher
about...
wrote, quote unquote, since I'm
We
not
about to
very
get
tough
into it,
and weak,
y'all, because he talking extremely too much. Like, usually I let
doing
people
so
talk.
good, it's okay you're having a bad game, blah, 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 blah. Give me a break. I'll tell you this much. This recruit
All right. This the one,
in the
y'all. This the
prime
one.
time, we got to talk about him and what's
Golly,
going on.
man.
I'm not giving you the run through on what happened. We've already made plenty of videos talking about Deion Sanders. Long story short, he's at Colorado. It's making a lot of waves, and yeah, we've already talked about it. What we're here to talk about in this video, at least, is
Come on,
what's
man.
going on at Jackson State, his former school.
Please spit it out.
Oh, man. What I'm about to read off to you
The
is
Deion Sanders
fascinating, to
situation
say
is
the
wild,
least.
if
It is
true.
kind of long, and trust me, I do not like reading out long stuff to y'all because I don't want you to get bored, but every single bit of it is important. And if you want me to be upfront and honest, I believe it. And the main reason for that is because Deion Sanders said this exact same stuff was happening
Right.
over 2 months ago. So do I think it's a rare coincidence that all this information is being brought up out of nowhere?
Bro.
No. You can form your own opinion, though. I'm just a messenger. Let's get into it. I'm going to read it off word for word, so just follow along.
Please,
According to
bro.
my source, JSU, which is Jackson State, is in the hot seat for misuse of football funds. Individuals was stealing money from the football program by moving it to general funds/scholarships. Basically, stealing from prominent players, 80% why Deion Sanders is leaving. In all caps, this will be the next breaking news. You heard it from me first. It
Oh,
doesn't just stop there. There's a lot more, as you're about to see.
wait, but who posts that though? Who I want to know who posts that Albert Coleman. He must be somebody that's in like
From
the
prominent players,
uh
80% why Deion Sanders is
like a
leaving.
journalist or
And all
something like
caps,
that.
this will be
Probably.
the next breaking news. You heard it from me first. It doesn't just stop there. There's a
That's
lot more that I hear
crazy.
about
They
Deion. This
stealing
person also
money,
said, and the plot thickens. Let's run it down. JSU put in Deion's contract that after 30K ticket sales, he would receive a percentage of the sales. That didn't happen the whole time he was there. The ticket sales got missing. That doesn't make sense, but continuing on. Deion, the football team, nor the staff saw any of that money. Before we go any farther, let me explain this to you. It was fairly obvious that Deion
that's
Sanders, yeah,
bold,
they sold way more than 30K worth of ticket sales all.
bro. I'm sorry, but like, and not to stop the video, but like, I might sound kind of fucked up saying it, but it's always something with us, like black people. When I say that, we're talking about an HBCU. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like, I mean, don't get me wrong, you're gonna run into BS everywhere, but I don't know, man. It's just always something when it comes to an HBCU. That's why people be so skeptical about it. Like,
throughout the season. But yet, and I'll show you a video clip where Deion talks about this, he or none of the players, nobody on the staff saw any of that money. I'll show you
that's
the video clip and talk
bold.
about that in just a second. Let's continue on. There was a lucrative TV deal in place that Deion wanted to get, but the university did not. That is also important. Keep that in the back of your mind. Deion, with his own money, built a new locker room and tennis courts. All the new designs, Deion's pocket. And I assume they
All right, we gotta add y'all. Y'all chill out. Y'all. Well.
No free throw is safe.
All right, y'all.
I meant to
Let's.
say Deion's pockets. The new Players Lounge, Deion. He also used his own money to feed players. All the fancy meals you saw the players eating, Deion. When JSU went to the Celebration Bowl last year, the school didn't give any money back to athletics. I'm trying to explain this as we go on. For those of you that don't know, the school, whenever they host football
Wow,
games, is
like that's
supposed to give the football
insane.
team money to buy hotel rooms,
I mean, I
pay for
get
food
that
while
he
they're
got the
gone, but
money, but at the
apparently
same
for no
time, that's
taxes.
what
They
the
just didn't do
coaching
that.
deal
So
is
Dion did
for.
pay for it. Which to some people
That's
are
where the
going to say,
school
oh, that's
come
not a
in
big
at.
deal. Dion's a multimillionaire, but it's more the principle. The football team's bringing in all this money and they're not receiving any of it. It's
That's
kind of the same
bold.
argument as to why the name, image, and likeness started up. These football players are a main reason Alabama's making $500 million a year in revenue, yet the football players, they're not getting any of that money. Let's continue to go on because we have a little bit more to read. Deion
This
used a
starting to
lot of
make
his
me mad
personal
a
money
little
to
bit.
fund numerous things around. Continue to go on because we have a little bit more to read. Deion used a lot of his personal money to fund numerous things around campus. The university did not help. The president wanted his name in the headlines as much as Deion. And last but not least, Deion wanted to coach the Celebration Bowl this year. JSU's president said no. And the Celebration Bowl is sold out. The jury is out on if he will or not. And of course, as we all know, that's not going to happen at this point in time. Here is something
Last minute
that's,
offer
yeah, well, what did it
was
say?
made for
Interesting.
$1
A
million.
last minute offer was made for $1 million for Deion to stay, but he got to pay his staff out of that. There was no new offer made after the first year of success. Let me know your thoughts on that down below. I'm
That's
kind of just finding
bold.
out about this as to when I'm speaking and as to when you guys are finding out about this. It's just
That
fun
don't
to
make
take
no
in.
sense. So not only they stealing money, not only they stealing money from him and the school. Certain stuff that he was supposed to gotten, throughout the course of his um coaching contract, he did not get that through the course of throughout the time that he was there. Like, so far it sound fucked up.
Oh man, just take a look at this comment. So I guess this is a person trying to defend the university, and they said all of this is unequivocally not true. He did not pay for all the facilities out of his pocket. He
He
paid for
paid
a
a portion
portion,
and
and the school
matched what
matched
was
what was paid.
paid.
Additionally, a better source from an actual person who knows some correct info is attached. The narratives are ridiculous. Key points, I'm going to highlight it for you. He paid a portion, and the school matched what was paid. And just like this comment says, and I couldn't agree with it anymore. He should have had to pay anything as a coach.
He shouldn't have paid anything as a coach. Do you understand that? Fucking exactly.
Do you
Exactly.
understand that part? That's what I'm saying. There shouldn't be none of this.
And he not just no regular like coach either. Like, we're talking about Deion Sanders, legendary. I don't think people really get that. You know what I'm saying? Like, this not he not just no regular football player or athlete that used to play. No, one of the greatest of all time. And you telling me he got a what? Nah.
Oh, well, Deion, he only paid
And
half
I
of it
won.
and the school paid the other half. He shouldn't be paying anything. That's the point. And by you
That's the
saying that
whole
Deion
point.
even paid half, that even goes to prove as to why this is messed up. I want you to check out these tweets, though. The first one says,
It's
this really
really
says a
says a
lot
lot.
about who Deion is if it is true. Never once did I hear him talk down on JSU or complain about these things. He just went to work and gave it his all for the kids at that school. What a guy, respect. And under that, somebody
And you
replied,
have to give
it
him his
is true.
respect.
That's why I'm baffled how the black community could act the way they did when he decided to leave. Man literally was coaching for free. And he was. People don't even understand this. He was only making $300K a year at Jackson State, but here's the kicker. He donated $150K just to Jackson State for the football team. That means Deion was making $150K at Jackson State. You want to talk about being underpaid? That's an understatement.
That's a
Deion Sanders
yeah.
gave half of his paycheck, $150K, just so the football team could eat, just so they could have a
Just so the
long
school
vacation. And
good
oh yeah, by the way, I'm not even going to get into
look
all this.
decent.
Didn't he help bring in a lot of ice when all that crap was going on a couple of months ago as well? It was something about they didn't have drinking water, and I'm pretty sure he
Yeah,
paid
it
for
was
all
so
that.
wrong with
But
their
hey, look, I mean,
water
that
and
straight up pisses me off. And here's what really gets to me, and I may get some backlash for this, but everybody knows it's the truth. The way the community, whether you want to call it the black community, HBCU, whatever you want to say, but the community that has given him all this heat for leaving Jackson State, it is nothing more. It is nothing less than the crab in the bucket mentality. That's all it is. I have never seen anyone get this much hate for taking a better job and a better opportunity. Never.
I
I've
don't
never
blame
seen it. And
him.
the people that have hated him on the most, I've been on Twitter, I've been
As
on
a black
Instagram,
African
are
American,
black
I don't
people.
blame him
I
for
don't get it.
leaving.
I really don't. If someone would want to
I
You
don't
just told
blame
me
I
that
don't
all
blame the
the
guy for
Korean one
leaving.
charging dock
I
that
don't.
charges your
I
iPhone
feel
or
like
Apple Watch.
anybody I feel like anybody
explain this
would
to me in the
want to
comment
leave
section. Feel
though.
free. This
Black,
man was pretty
white,
much
green,
coaching for
red,
free at Jackson State. He was doing everything
Hispanic,
and anything
Chinese,
for these
whoever.
kids in
I
that
feel like
program, and
anybody
people
would
are
leave.
criticizing him for no
You know what I'm
reason. But
saying?
going back to this is the worst part about this, just straight up, because it's a
Jackson
blatant
State
lie.
lied.
Shout out to whoever commented this. It got over 1,000 likes. Well, ironically, he kind of alluded to this in an interview not too long ago when he was speaking about the stadiums. He said to be quote unquote sold out, but when he checked, funds said they weren't. I hate that for us on so many levels. For those of you that don't know, I'm going to dumb this down so everybody can understand it. Jackson State put in Deion's contract that after they sell over 30,000 worth of ticket sales, he would receive a percentage of that.
Right?
Which almost every single game, if not every game, they passed that. They easily sold out almost every single game, but apparently, according to Jackson
Yeah.
State, the athletic department, they didn't. Apparently, they didn't even get over 30K, which they at minimum got that. They said the highest ticket sales that Deion and Jackson State got was 28K. And the reason for that is going back to this is because if it was over 30K, they
That's
would have paid Deion more
bold.
money, which they didn't want to do. Like I said, though, the reason I believe this is 100% true is because in this video clip I'm about to show you right now, Deion already spoke up about this months ago. Matt wrote a clip.
I'm about to listen.
How can we have 60,000 people in the darn stadium? You talking about we sold out, and I checked the receipts, and we have sold 28,000 tickets. Now y'all better find out who's stealing, because that affects my pocket. You may not like it, but I ain't like.
You hate
Bro, I'ma just leave it at that. It ain't really much to talk about at that point. I feel like that's bold. And anybody that's mad because he made the decision that he made, you ain't shit. That's all I'm really say. I'm gonna end it off that. Make sure y'all like the video, subscribe. This is honestly a sad case, and I'm happy for him. As far as the decision he made, I'm happy for him, honestly. So, yep, that wraps it up. That's wow.